My name's Omar. I'm a volunteer counsellor here at Childline. So recently, a lot of calls from kids finding it challenging over this period, finding it challenging to be out of school, uncertainty about when they go back to school, missing their friends. One of the many calls we get is from children that have self-harmed. It's difficult to hear, it's always difficult to hear. And no matter how many times you hear it, it never gets any easier because you put yourself in that child's position, and the fact that that child's coping mechanism is to actually harm themselves. For me, it worries me, it concerns me, and it upsets me because I know that an increasing number of children are actually doing so. So if it's self-harm and it's any risk, I liaise with my supervisor. We'll check whether or not the child's cleaned themselves up, how deep their cut was, where they've cut, how they're feeling, checking to see if there's anyone else in the house. Do you feel dizzy? Has there been how much loss of blood? Those sort of things. Once I've gone through all of those checks with them, then we'll start speaking about, so what is it that's got them to wanting to have to cut themselves? So the conversations won't necessarily be about the self-harming, it will be about what's brought them to self-harm. There's other types of self-harm. And there's something that I discovered as a Childline counsellor, which I never knew before. There's, it could be pulling the hair, it could be biting. So there's so many different elements. And they may say, well, you know what, I've been trying to stop cutting, but I've gone back to cutting. And so it'd be exploring, what's led you back there today? And then the conversation begins. It can make them isolate themselves from situations, isolate themselves from being part of social environments, partaking in sports, PE in school, especially if PE and sports are things that they really enjoy, because they don't want anyone to actually see. When they come to Childline, they don't get that. They don't get, why are you doing that? We're not asking those questions. We're not making them feel double guilty for what it is that they actually do. I don't think that there's anywhere else in their life where they're able to admit that and know that there is no judgment levied at them. There's no criticism levied at them. They know that someone's going to hear them and hear where they're at and respect where they're at. And I think that in itself is quite powerful. When I have spoken to children that have harmed, I always thank them. I thank them for being honest, because I think it takes a lot to display and show that honesty. That's what Childline provides, knowing that they've been heard. The most important thing, and it's the basic thing that most of us want. We just want someone to listen to us.